Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. I am coming at you today with a completely bare face. There's no makeup on this bad boy. We are kicking off my summer 2023 sunscreen review series. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about the very first new to me sunscreen that I have picked up, and it is the Summer Fridays ShadeDrops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. That is a mouthful. So this is the one we're going to be talking about today. But if you are new to my channel, I love to do this sunscreen review series every single summer. It can be kind of difficult for me to find SPFs that work for my face. I usually don't have a problem finding SPFs that work for my body. But for my face, it gets a little bit more tricky because I tend to have a much oilier skin type than I think most people do. And it can be hard to find an SPF that works with my skin type. So the SPFs that I am reviewing are typically going to be geared towards a more oily skin type. For me, I'm really a huge fan of mineral SPF, so that's probably the bulk of what you're gonna see here. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are definitely two great options for me, although I think that I personally prefer the zinc oxide the most, but there are some formulas that come with a mix of two. I don't mind a little bit of glow from a sunscreen, but what makes me nervous is if the sunscreen says that it is particularly hydrating. I find that those types of sunscreens do tend to slide off my face pretty quickly. So I'm looking for something that is going to stand up to my oil production, something that provides at least a minimum SPF of 30. I am a huge proponent of wearing SPF every single day of your life, especially if you are someone who has a history of skin cancer. I do have that in my family. But I think it's just a really good habit to get into, even if you are only receiving incidental sun exposures. So say that maybe you're staying home for the most part, but you take your dog outside to go on a little walk to go potty, or you walk into your mailbox, or you know, you're working outside in the garden for 10-15 minutes. All of those like small incidental sun exposures add up over time, and you're not only increasing your risk for skin cancer that way, obviously, but you know, if you are concerned about aging, the sun is going to be one of the biggest factors when it comes to speeding up the aging process. And the more that you protect yourself from the sun, I think the better off you're going to be in terms of, you know, all of that money that you spend on those anti-aging ingredients, you know, all of those different skincare brands that we're all obsessed with. If you're going to be putting all of that stuff on your face, then protect the investment, right? Just put on some SPF. It's really easy. So anyway, this whole series is geared towards those of you that have either combination or oily skin. Sometimes I think a lot of these SPFs can certainly work on normal or even dry skin types as well, but you know your skin best. Always, you know, go read up about these products yourself. Just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So let's go ahead, and now that we have those little disclaimers out of the way, I'm going to read you guys a little bit about this formulation, and then I'm going to put it on camera with you so that you can see what the finish is like. And I'll tell you about my experience so far using this, because I've been using it for the last couple weeks, and spoiler, it's working out pretty well for me. So, all right, let's go ahead and read into this just a little tiny bit here. So this is a vegan formula. It says that it has a natural finish. It is a Reef Safe SPF. It's fragrance free. They actually say that this is hydrating. This is a lightweight, reef friendly SPF 30 mineral sunscreen that helps shield skin from UV rays and leaves skin with a soft, natural looking finish. It is for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. They say the skin concerns that this addresses is dryness and dullness. The formulation is a lightweight serum. So Our key ingredients here are the zinc oxide, which shields the skin from damaging UV rays and is supposed to be gentle enough for sensitive skin. I feel like mineral sunscreen is usually the best option for more sensitive skin, so I would say if you're sensitive, it might be worth looking into. I will give you one warning though. There are some people who have said that this has irritated their skin. If you read up the reviews at Sephora, if you have sensitive skin, you might want to stay away from this one. Just go read up some of the other reviews. I had a really great experience with this and I don't find any adverse effects for myself, but I think if you have sensitivities, you probably know what to look for. There's also squalane in here, which leaves the skin appearing softer, smoother, and plumped. There is an antioxidant complex in here, which is vitamin E and ethyl ferulate. Ferulate, I think I'm saying that right. And this is supposed to help protect the skin against free radical damage. Obviously cruelty-free and yeah, reef friendly, which I think is important. So this retails for, it's 1.7 fluid ounces or 50 mils, and it is $36. This has a solid 4 stars at Sephora. And let's go ahead and get into it. So I do shake this up quite well. This has a really nice thinner consistency to it, so I feel like it makes it really easy to spread. And if you're wondering how much SPF you should use, a lot of people do this like 3-finger rule. So you just run your SPF up these 3 fingers here, and this is the amount that you should be using on your face. So let's go ahead and get that on there. So you can see it does have just a little bit, it's a very light kind of nude tint. I don't find that I've been getting a white cast from this. I mean, I always go over it with makeup anyway, but like in pictures and stuff, I thought it has looked really nice. I've taken a couple of selfies and it looks really nice on camera. So I don't know, by the time that I get done with everything, I don't feel like I get much of a white cast from this. But I think if you have a deeper skin tone than my pasty fair skin tone here, I think you might have just a little bit of a cast to your skin. But so I can take this up right underneath my eyes. I can even put it on my lids, run it through my brows. What I like is that it really does seem to absorb fairly quickly. I let this sit for about 10 minutes before I go in with my makeup, but you can see like it definitely settles into the skin quite easily and quickly. As of right now, it's still a little bit tacky, but within 10 minutes, this one is dried down completely, which is really nice. And you saw me bring it right up underneath my eyes. This has not irritated my eyes in any kind of way. It has not irritated my lids. I've put it on my lids. By the way, if you're not putting your SPF on, you should. I feel like most people know that, but you know, just it's got to go everywhere. I have not used this on my neck. I have actually been using the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. This is an SPF of 50. I've been using this on my neck and my décolletage. Now this one is colorless. I cannot use this one on my face. So here is, I will link this one down below as well. If you have a dry skin type, you should check this one out. This is quite hydrating. So my neck is not oily at all. So this one is fantastic for like this area of my body. There's no way that I could use this on my face. It's way too shiny. I don't like it. I don't like that one on my face. I'm happy to finish it elsewhere, but it just does not work there. But anyway, you guys, this is what the SPF looks like, and it is now really starting to dry down. I feel like this provides me some really solid protection. Is it as good as my beloved so this is my holy grail. This is the Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense SPF 30. This has been my go-to everyday SPF for many, many years. It has always worked the best for my oily skin type. I will link this one down below as well. But I don't think it beats this one. I think it's kind of up there though as a great option if you're someone who doesn't love Paula's Choice for whatever reason. If you're looking for something different, I think that this Summer Fridays one is totally worth picking up. It works for me in my oily skin. You know, the makeup holds up pretty well. I do set this before going in with my powder foundation with just a little bit of translucent powder, and then I'm good to go pretty much all day. I do have some touch-up SPFs that I am going to be reviewing for you guys this year. I actually have this one here from Pacifica. This is their Glow Baby Brightening Setting Mist. This has a SPF of 45, so this is a great one to touch up with, but we'll talk about this one in another video in this series. But as for this one, I really like it. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. It is going into my oily skin approved pile and is just another great option for me. If this is out of stock or if it gets discontinued, I would be perfectly content moving over to this. I think it's a great product. I just think be a little bit careful with a sensitive skin type. Go read up the reviews. A few people have said that they have gotten kind of an allergic reaction where they had little bumps that developed. That was not a thing for me, but in full disclosure, I don't have sensitive skin. But anyway, so there is a look for you guys one more time. Really enjoy this one, and yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my day. I hope this review was helpful. Check out the description box for all of the links that I mentioned. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and let me know if there is an SPF that you think would be worth me checking out. Please keep in mind that if it is not geared towards like being good with an oily skin, I probably won't pick that one up. But if it is one that, you know, some people are mentioning might be good for either combination or oily skin, I will happily pick that up and test it out for you guys. There are lots of other videos on my channel from my sunscreen review series from last year and the year before. So I might already have a review up. So feel free to check those out as well. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.